Welcome back. Here with us on Times Now, some breaking news that we are getting for you right now, and this is about an express, Jafar Express, a train from Quetta to Peshawar that has come under attack. We are learning that the Baloch Liberation Army, in fact, has claimed that its armed men have attacked this particular Jafar Express from Quetta to Peshawar. Balochistan Liberation Army claims to have taken all passengers aboard the Jafar Express as hostage. Jafar Express train was traveling from Quetta to Peshawar in Balochistan. It came under heavy fire by Balochistan Liberation Army. Let me straight away go across to my colleague Pradeep Datta joining us on the broadcast. Pradeep, give us more details. What exactly has happened?
See, what we have got to know from the sources is that Baloch Liberation Army, a militant organization that operates from the Balochistan area, they have hijacked a train that was carrying about 120 passengers. And this train was on its way from Quetta to Peshawar. It was at the Poland where they just boarded the train. They blew off the track. The train came to screeching halt. After that, they boarded the train, and about 100 passengers have been taken hostage. They have already asked that any kind of a military intervention, if there from the Pakistan side, they will start killing, executing those passengers. They have already killed 6 security force personnel who were inside the train. That's what they have claimed through their release. And they are saying that they are 100 passengers are still inside the train. They have hijacked them, and so far they haven't made any kind of a demand. But it appears that maybe in coming hours there will be a kind of a negotiation where they will ask for the demand of release of many of the Baloch Liberation Army militants who are in Pakistan Army custody. They want their release. That's what actually they will say. Or they will be asking the release of the political prisoner also, because Baloch Liberation Army is fighting against Pakistan Army. Just 2 days back, they had a meeting in which they decided that many of those Baloch militant organizations, they will work under one umbrella and they will fight against Pakistan Army because they are fed up with the footprints of Pakistan Army, and also they are not happy with the footprints of the Chinese soldiers there in Balochistan area, because they feel they are being treated like second-class citizens. There have been several cases where the Baloch people have been disappearance cases of Baloch people, and so they are fighting for the cause. They feel that mineral resources are being exploited, but not a single person from Balochistan is being provided job. They are also not happy with China-Pakistan economic corridor, because they feel under the garb of China-Pakistan economic corridor, almost Chinese presence in that area has increased, and further exploitation of areas continuing, while the people of Balochistan are hardly getting any kind of a benefit. So this now recent incident, because we have seen in the past few months they had targeted many of the Pakistani soldiers. Pakistani army was targeted by them. Now this time they have hijacked a train. It was in the Poland area where they blew up the train track, and the train came to the screeching halt. They boarded the train right now, and about 100 passengers have been hijacked by them. Initially there were about 120. Some women and children they have released, and 6 security force personnel have also been killed, and that's what they have claimed. And they are saying that this operation has been conducted meticulously, and any kind of a military intervention from the Pakistan side, or any security operation from the Pakistan side will lead to a disaster, because they have warned that that will lead to the execution of the passengers who are inside the train. And right now, the reports are still developing. It's not clear what actually the demands are. Let's see how the negotiation will start, because already what we have been told is that
a warning has also been sent to the Pakistani army. Can we say Pakistani army getting a taste of its own medicine amid the brutalities and atrocities allegedly committed by Pakistan security forces in Balochistan? It's time to, get a taste of its own medicine.
Yes, you're absolutely right, because there is a lot of anger against Pakistan Army, right from Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir to Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, as well as in Balochistan area, because Pakistan Army had come under attack. No more that Pakistan Army is enjoying that kind of what they used to do earlier,
right,
because we have seen that in the recent past several attacks have been intensified against
Pradeep,
them.
I'm just interrupting you there. Request you to stay on with us. Let me go across to Major General G.D. Bakshi, who's joining us on the broadcast as well this afternoon. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. How will you like to respond to this latest update that we have got? Now 400 passengers have been held hostage, is what we are learning, by Balochistan Liberation Army, that claims to have taken all passengers aboard the Jafar Express hostage.
This is a very, very major insurgent action in Balochistan. The simple fact is that taking an entire train hostage is a major operation. It is eyeball catching. I'm sure eyeballs all over the globe are riveted now on this Jaffa Express and what is going to happen from now. It presents a Hobson's choice to the Pakistan army. If they try and storm it, they risk killing hundreds of innocent passengers. And if they don't, I mean, it just shows that the entire area of Balochistan has spun out of control. Remember, just a few days back, Maulana Diesel Fazlur Rahman had said on the floor of the Pakistani parliament that, 5 districts are going to declare their independence. They are spinning out of control. The entire region west of the Indus seems to be spinning out of control of the Pakistan army. That state is unraveling. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan is giving hell to the Pakistan army. The Baloch Liberation Army has been making increasingly bold strikes and forays. Last year, there were over 700 Pakistani military casualties due to the combined action of the BLA and the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, and they are both cooperating. And to compound the problems of Pakistan, the Taliban in Kabul has also turned very hostile. They are extremely upset at the way Pakistan tried to do grandstanding and send in its F-16s to bomb and kill women and children in the villages of Afghanistan. They haven't forgotten it one bit. Pakistan trying to kick Afghanistan around. What a come down it is from the heady days of triumphalism when the Pakistani ISI chief was going to Kabul to drink their whiskey and to act like a conqueror. And they felt that they had Afghanistan at their feet now.
Right.
So Balochistan is spinning out of control. This incident may be seminal in the history of the emergence of an independent Balochistan because it will it presents a Hobson's choice to the Pakistan government, to the Pakistan army.
Absolutely.
They are very, very, they have a penchant for grand operations, getting in their F-16s, their artillery, their tanks, their what have you against unarmed people. But this will cost them dear.
Absolutely.
They can make a grand gesture, but at the end of it, they might end up losing 450 innocent passengers, which will not redound to the credit of the Pakistan army. We will have to wait and watch as to how they respond and how successful their response is or otherwise.
Right.
It could be a turning point in the Baloch freedom struggle.
Absolutely. And you've called it a major insurgent action, and also you're saying that it actually could be a turning point in what we have seen happening in Balochistan. Major General G.D. Bakshi, request you to stay on with us. We have Wing Commander Praful Bakshi also joining us on the broadcast. He's a defense expert. Sir, thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. How do you see the development that has now taken place? 400 passengers held hostage, and the Balochistan Liberation Army has in fact taken the responsibility of what happened. How will you like to respond to the big development coming in from Balochistan?
The Balochistan position is deteriorating day by day. There is no doubt about it, as we have seen. And Pakistan has realized that not only their intelligence is failing, their normal soldier is very reluctant to go and fight in Balochistan. And the entire Baloch population is against the Punjabi-dominated Pakistan army. Now, the question is, now this major action which has taken place, where the one full train has been hijacked, 450 people, in which there are Pakistan army soldiers and there are police personnel also in this, people who are going on leave. And the Baloch is now very clear, the BLA, they have released the women and children, and they are now, it means they are serious about getting the hostages, and some serious negotiations will now take place. They will call for it. Whether release of important prisoners, whether a vacation of an important area by Pakistan army, something will come up which I cannot say at the moment. But this is going to come. The Pakistan army has always been treating this area in a very, very, disaster, in a very cruel manner, as they have been using their fighter aircraft to strafe and rocket the positions, and they have been very harsh with the women and children in that area. So I rest assured, BLA is now going to not only take their revenge, they will take more than a pound of flesh, which Pakistan will have to now negotiate and agree. It will be probably a religious leaders which will be involved in it, because even the local Afghans, the local Taliban, they are all in favor of this of the BLA. BLA is getting support from all of them. So Pakistan's position at the moment is very, very dangerous.
Right. Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, request you to stay on with us. Let me go back to Major General G.D. Bakshi, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Major General G.D. Bakshi, I have the statement, in fact, that has been issued by Baloch Liberation Army, and the details are something that I'd like to get your response on. Details are very significant. Here it says the Baloch Liberation Army has carried out a meticulously planned operation in Bolan, where our freedom fighters have blown up the railway track, forcing the Jafar Express to come to a halt. And we are getting some visuals as well. We can't confirm, whether these are authentic visuals or not, but this is what we are seeing on social media platforms as well. In the statement, they say the BLA issues a clear warning that if the occupying forces attempt any military operation, the consequences will be severe. All hundreds of hostages will be executed, and the responsibility of this bloodshed will lie solely with the occupying forces. A clear warning there going for the Pakistani military, isn't it, sir?
Absolutely. Like I said, you see, a hostage rescue operation, requires a lot of finesse. It requires a lot of meticulous planning. Hotheads, like the Pakistan Army generals tend to be, are not the best of people to plan such operations. Like I said, the Pakistan Army, they have no choice but to get into hostage negotiations to gain time to plan their operation, move their troops, get their heliborne forces, get this thing. They are normally, the penchant is to go in for grandiose operations, send the F-16s, bomb the women and children in Afghanistan and bomb the civilians, etc. So they might try to do that. But in that particular case, they'll have to write off the hostages, which does not go to their credit, which can have repercussions in the families of the hostages, in the villages and towns, etc., where they come from. There is bound to be a backlash that the Pakistani state has shown very little concern for its own people, and the other, the devil in the deep sea, between a rock and a very hard place. If they don't act, it shows that Pakistan is losing control in Balochistan. Balochistan has spun out of control. Maulana Diesel had warned us of this on the Senate of the Pakistan, floor of the Pakistani Senate, that 4 to 5 districts or more maybe are going to declare independence in Balochistan. And, the grapevine has it that they have done so. And in effect, they are liberated themselves. They are free because they are doing very much as they please. And the Pakistani army seems to be in no situation to fend them off, to fend off these attacks. It is helplessly, supinely taking them on. There is a level of demoralization that is evident.
Absolutely. Major General G.D. Bakshi, Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, appreciate both of you for joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective on this big story that is breaking on Times Now. Thank you, Pradeep, for your inputs as well. And some more details that we've managed to get in the statement. The Baloch Liberation Army has also mentioned so far 6 military personnel have been killed. Hundreds of passengers remain under the BLA custody. We'll, of course, be keeping you ahead on this big story of the day. For now, slipping into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.